It's the Free Breakfast Podcast. Food for thought is your most important meal of the day. I go by the name of DJ Paulie Guap.
And I'm Hefe Lockhart here on the check-in, man. I ain't had a haircut in about 3 or 4 months.
Cap.
Smells good. My t-shirt fresh out the pack. Tell Scotland I need a sponsorship.
No cap.
But it ain't about none of that right here. Right now we here with TJ Brown.
Yes,
and we also
sir.
here with his manager TJ. We got two
Sir.
TJs in the
Most
building today. You dig?
man, actor extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? Dabbling in the music. About to drop an album now. What's good with you? Welcome.
Man, I'm just making it.
Making
Trying
it? What's up?
to maintain, survive, and stay motivated.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 19.
You
Okay.
19, you young in the game, okay.
Okay.
Let's get into your story a little bit, man. Tell us where you from, man.
I'm from Harlem, New York.
You from Harlem, New York.
Okay.
Okay, you from Uptown.
Uptown.
Sir,
For real.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Tell us about growing up in Harlem, man. What that was like.
It was cool, you know.
Mhm.
Me, I was young-minded, you know.
Mhm.
I ain't have a care in the world, so just living life, having fun, and just the environment, the culture. You know what I'm saying? We got the Harlem parades.
Mhm.
We got people putting on the ASAP Mob,
Mhm.
Dipset. It's a lot, and it's just dope.
Mhm.
So how long? At what age did you get into like acting?
I just got into acting,
Okay.
15.
Okay.
I was doing music since I was 11.
Music
Oh,
came
okay.
first.
So that was your first love.
Yeah.
Oh,
music
okay.
was my- I ain't even. The crazy thing is, that wasn't my job. Dancing was my love. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Oh wow. Okay, so that makes sense how y'all. Okay, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
dancing was my
Okay.
love, and my dad encouraged me to do rapping at 11.
Okay.
And like,
Okay.
you know, that was a rocky road. You know, it was at a point I felt I was young, so all I wanted to do was play outside and stuff,
Mhm.
and I couldn't do none of that, and I just wanted to quit and
Damn.
not let that fly.
I feel you.
And I respect it still to this day.
Yeah, you appreciate things like that later
Yeah.
down the line. You know, especially now that you're making a career out of entertainment. You
Mhm.
know, so as far as like in school, like high school stuff like that, were you mainly focused like strictly on school, or was that kind of when those outside activities like having to stay diligent and you know what I mean, going to training and things like that? Because like you said, 15. You ain't with everybody else at the football
Yeah.
game. You know what I'm saying? You're not with everybody else at the kicking it with the girls at the little. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, what's that like? Really having to be diligent.
School wasn't really my passion to my last year.
Okay.
You know, I was always a rebel child.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my mind wasn't focused on school. I didn't want to be outside,
Mhm.
dancing, or just in Harlem. You know, I went to school in the Bronx.
Okay.
So, but I started getting focused in my 12th grade year.
Okay.
I was like, it's like a milestone. You know what I'm saying? Like I graduated, so just go out with a bang,
Mhm.
and that went well. That went real good.
So talk about like the Get Down. That was your first debut acting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's actually one of my personal favorite shows. I loved when it came out because it was so ground roots. So telling the story from the beginning. About hip hop, about the origin in the Bronx, and talk about how you sealed that role and kind of just talk about diving in that experience.
Man, it was easy. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They just be me. That's what they told me. It was just like just be you, and it was just easy to get into. But it was like my first thing, so it was a lot of bumps in the road because it was like I'm around these professionals like that take it serious, and I'm just like this young kid that got picked up off of the train. So people will look at me like I'm taking it for granted.
Wow.
You
How
know
did
what I'm
you? Yeah, speak on that. Like, got picked up off the train like that.
I was a train performer. I was rapping on the train.
Oh, that's hard.
And the casting director, I was doing this hustle because I had my Instagram, my email, my Twitter on the business card. It would be me, my brother, and my dad. And my dad would be like the lookout, making sure nobody tense up on us. And my brother would be the handing out the flyers and all that.
That's hard.
So it was just one of the days she was on the train going to wherever she was going, and she was like, "Yo, good fan, big fan. I like it. I'm actually a casting director for this film that I would want you to get into." And many people would come up to us like, "Yo, I got this. I'm a comedian. Yo, we could get," but it was okay. So when she came to us, it was just like we ain't going to throw her, but we gonna see. And she was all about it. Next thing you know, she hit us with an email. Boom. The audition is this day, and we got to work from there.
Wow.
When you from and living in New York, opportunities like that can come. It's rare that I ask people but what are some of the disadvantages you think of being from New York?
What you mean, like the cons?
Yeah, like so some of the advantages are you could just be in the right place, right time. You know, y'all got the resources up there. Those are the advantages. But what do you say would be the disadvantages?
The disadvantages, I would say, like coming out of New York, everybody gonna have a label over their head.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trying to be someone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I pop today or tomorrow. It's gonna be that one person or them people out there is gonna be like, yo, he trying to be like such and such. Because it's a lot of niggas from that's coming out from New York.
Mm-hmm.
You got the little TJs, you got A Boogie. So you know, I'm in my own lane and I try my best to be creative and stuff. So that's like the disadvantage. You can't get your full props.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So how do you feel like presenting your music now already? Like even though music was your first love, like acting is what kind of got you to where you at right now. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about like trying to navigate both lanes at the same time?
It's hard.
Okay.
It's two different departments. You got the acting department.
Mm-hmm.
That's just another word of its own. You got the music department. Mm-hmm. Not saying it's not possible.
Right. Okay.
But people know me in acting and the acting world more than they know me in the music world.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So my love, I wanted to get the music up first.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad was just like, yo, this is your only outlet. You gotta act, book. And when you got that fan, that's when you hit him with the music. And like, oh, he do music too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you gotta execute. You gotta film. And it's hard. It's like rolling dice.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta catch it 4, 5, 6. You know.
Easy. It's funny, you remind me a lot of Michael Rainey Jr., bro. And like I love that young
Shout out to
age, man, like that whole age of New York actors and musicians, like he produces. You know what I mean? So like when I found out, it was probably like maybe the first or second season of Power.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the second season when I found out like, yo, this nigga produces.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? So like it's very possible, you know, and I see a lot of that coming out of New York. And it just speaks on the level of talent. You know what I mean? So that's good.
Thanks for sure. Appreciate it.
As far as music is concerned, who are some of your influences?
Him right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard.
He's my influence because like he moved.
I was about to say, can you just give him a proper introduction?
Yeah,
Let the people know who he is, what he means to your
This is
career.
my.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
don't even label him as my manager. I
Mhm.
made him like as my big brother. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, this is my big brother, TJ. You know,
What's up?
yes, sir. But he's my influence because the way I see him move when it come to me, and like we both got the same goals. We both trying to get somewhere. So it's like if I'm lacking, he the one that's like, yo, we gotta get it moving. We gotta push it.
Mhm.
And you can say what you said.
So yeah, I mean, definitely my mindset on this whole music industry, entertainment industry, everything, and Paul probably knows about this already, is that when you put your mind on something, you gotta make it happen. You gotta execute and make it happen. And where a lot of people fall in life right now is that they have so many ideas and there's so much things going on in their mind, but at the end of the day, do you really have what it takes to bring it to the next level? You feel me? And that's why I can respect y'all so much, because you know how many people say they want to do a radio show, podcast, things like that, but y'all really execute on this shit. Excuse my, I curse?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speak your mind, bro. For real.
So y'all really execute this shit,
Drinking,
you feel me? So this is all some shit where it's like, bro, if you really want this shit, then you gotta go get that shit. And not just his manager, but what we've been doing within the past, I would say 4 or 5 months, has been, it's like we our own label kind of, just because like we doing everything from getting his music on all streaming platforms to the promotion to the marketing to the, you feel me, like managing. I'm only supposed to just get him opportunities.
Right.
You feel me? Like that's all I'm supposed to be doing. But when you really want to do something, or you really want to see something go get to the next level and strive, you got to put your all into it. And everything I do in my life, I'm gonna put my all into that shit.
And
I feel the
champion
passion.
that.
I tell people all the time, man, when they come to me with these grand ideas, I give them the most dumbed down advice first.
Facts.
First, you gotta do it.
First, you gotta try.
That's the first step. You gotta put a foot forward and do it. So I respect what y'all got going on, man, and I see you grinding for sure.
Bro, what?
For sure.
Ever since, bro, ever since I met TJ, bro, he's the hungriest nigga I met, bro, at that school, bro. At UNCG, bro, the hungriest young nigga I ever met in my life at that school, bro. Like, I'm talking like he on heads, like, you know what I mean? Touching campus, like, nigga, he in every dance battle, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He on Jones, he at the parties, he in the library, like my nigga checking all checks. You know what I mean?
So meeting him in the mix and grease, bro, for sure. That's
and
why when you called and told me, I was like, it's no brainer, let's do it.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? So it's just, man, ever since we left school, to see everything he been doing since then, it's just like, bro, like, and I want to attest to all hell. He got a movement going on back in Long Island. So it's like, yo, bro, like, the fact that he transitioned that to North Carolina, and now, you know, back in New York, tying everything together, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? So
definitely appreciate that. And one thing I can say is shout out UNCG and yo to the Noops.
That's a fact. Yo to the Noops, man. That's my frat all day. Another role that you played, See You Yesterday. I didn't get a chance to check that out, but like, what is that? Kind of let me know, like.
I don't want to say the wrong thing and mislead y'all.
Okay.
But it's like it's a time travel movie.
Okay.
And it takes place on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, the scene I remember. I haven't seen that in like a year.
Okay.
But shout out to Steph.
Okay.
You know, police brutality. You know, young man Stro. Shout out Stro. He taking his phone out trying to call his, and he get killed for that. So his sister is trying to go back in time to redo that.
Okay.
So it takes place like when you time travel, it's a lot of things that can change. And me, I was just a face, you know, show.
Okay, facts.
And like the special thing about it is like I can have the smallest role, but I have a known face, you know.
Right.
Exactly. So it's like it could be the smallest role, and people like, yo, I know him.
Right.
And yeah, so it was a big part, good part.
That's it. It's really, that's how it was for me. When TJ told me, he was like, yeah, bro, I'm working with TJ Brown. He was like, you might have seen him on the Get Down. And then when he said that, I was like, you talking about man from Roxanne Shante? That's one of my favorite joints. Like, I'm like, yo, like, and Hefe was speaking on that about how you played an iconic role, like playing Nas.
Yeah. I heard you got, like, Nas saluted you, like, on the road. I read that.
Tell him that Nas story, though.
Please tell us the
Nas story, bro.
Let me get the Nas story.
This was on the Saturday Get Down. You know, we usually do rehearsals. We film Saturday and Sunday. No, I'm lying. We film Monday through Friday.
Okay.
But the days we don't film, we rehearse.
Okay.
So we were rehearsing the scene for one of the episodes, and the director was just like, we have a surprise producer.
Okay.
So everybody like, okay, who is it? So then they like, it's Nas. So then they telling me how they pitched it to him. Came to an interview and they showed him like the first clip and stuff, and like out of all the people in the scenes, he saw me and he pointed out, he like, yo, that's me. What? So then they telling me this. This before I met him. They telling me this, and I'm just like, word. And it cut so deep because like when I used to get punished by my dad, he used to sit me in a room and I used to have to listen to all of Nas's albums.
Wow.
So it's just like what a coincidence.
Right.
Couldn't go outside, couldn't play no game. He was just like, listen to Illmatic. I was like, I listen to Stillmatic. It was written and I just had to keep going.
Nas my favorite rapper.
God. Then when I finally met him, meeting them was like God. Like I cried. I ain't gonna even hold you,
bro. Like a man, bro. Real talk.
And like you know that, like I'm not gonna say the old heads, but the OGs. You know, they look at the younger crowd like they don't really know us. They know us, but they know us. So when he told me, he was like, "Little homie knew me," so I was like, "All right, bring it in." And I hugged him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then from then on, I got his info. He was like, and I asked him. I was like, "Yo, a song?" And he was like, "Hell yeah, keep me young." But you know. Bad management going down the road, so I lost all contact.
Okay.
But
It's
then,
gonna happen, though.
yeah. But then when I did Roxanne, Khaled reposted me. Nas, he reposted me and he shouted me out and all that. And mad people hit me up like, yo, check the gram.
Wow.
And I was just like,
that's hard.
How was it playing that role?
it was good. It was good and easy again because growing up, like in the music, everybody. Like, yo, you look like Nas. You look like Nas. So it was written, you know. And when I went to audition for that movie, I was supposed to be auditioning for MC Shan. Yeah.
Wow.
But my man OnStar got MC Shan.
Okay.
And then they was like, I got the perfect role for you.
Wow. And that's funny you mentioned OnStar, bro. Like, cause like his career's had that little like it's real. He is the dance scene for real. Like when you take it like
And what's crazy is every time we see OnStar at any type of event, and shout out Thaddeus and Owen too, but OnStar is gonna show you love wherever you go, wherever you at.
Wow.
So shout out OnStar for real.
So yeah, like Roxanne Shante is crazy. Like a lot, Hefe get on me all the time, bro. Like he be like, bro, I don't like none of that. Like the Curtis Blow ass hip hop.
I'm like 92 and up.
Yeah.
Keith Chronic up, Keith Murray and up.
Right.
Like, I was like,
Yeah.
the Hibbit, that's not me. I hate that shit. I hate it.
Yo, we just want to tell y'all real quick. Shout out Keith Murray.
Shout out Keith Murray.
Shout out the most beautiful thing in the world.
It's just like that.
I still get in you. That's what he say at the end of every show.
Hey, well, we need that
We need Keith Murray on.
Yeah,
Hey,
Keith
Keith,
in,
man,
so.
make sure you get on the episode. Man.
Yes,
It's
Keith,
necessary,
yeah,
man.
man.
But yeah, like Roxanne Shante, I always had an infatuation with like her determination and her
that's big
fresh.
on- big on
She was so fresh. She was like, oh man, and my pops would always show her to me because like I'm a fan of Queen Latifah. Like, I used to listen to her coming up, like, and so he used to be like, you like her, man? I need to show you Roxanne. Like who? I'm talking about like Sting, like Police, Roxanne, and he was like, nah, like Roxanne Shante, like you know what I mean? And I'm like, who is that? Then like he's showing me, and I'm like, yo, she got vibe, she
Yeah.
got vision. So just seeing the movie tell the story and see a lot of things that we didn't know or see about her was refreshing, bro. Like it was very insightful
She's dope.
too.
That's a big auntie. I chopped it up with her too. She's just like, she's real. She's
Okay.
real. Really, like, you know, people say fame get to the head, you know, but she's like real down to earth, and she hands on. That whole film, she was just hands on, and I respect that.
Wow,
I respect that. She was.
You don't
hands-on.
catch that a lot, so
You
that's
don't. A lot of people, their stories get out here and they get all butchered because they're not behind it or whatever. You know what I mean?
right.
That's dope to see. And let me go out on the record and say I respect the Sugar Hill Gang and all the classic hip hop, because without that we wouldn't get to the era rap that I love. So I just want to say I respect it. I'm just not a fan of it.
Right.
I had to clarify that for the people.
For the people, yeah, I mean. So, how would you describe your? I don't even want to call it a genre because that shit nowadays it sounds like a box. But like, how would you describe your taste or your influence in music or how you want to portray your brand?
Universal. I can do
Okay.
anything.
Anything,
Not
okay.
anything, but like, you give me a task, I'll sure execute it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But as I got older, took control of my creativity, I just noticed I got like this style of like R&B hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard.
Like I could sing some shit
Okay.
and rapping for.
Wow. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I was talking about this in an interview like last week, but TJ Brown is the culture of hip hop, and I stand on that. You feel me? So what I mean by that is
I can make you dance.
he's gonna make you love him. He's gonna make you dance. He's gonna make you feel how he's feeling in that song. He's gonna make you wanna drill. You feel me? Like he's gonna make you feel how he feels in that track, without a doubt.
So whichever energy that track is coming,
Yeah.
it's gonna transfer through the listen.
It's like when I make my music, I make sure it's relatable. You know what I'm saying? And if the love life, cause I'm a lover boy. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. 100 real lover
Yeah.
boys united, nigga.
Yes sir, yes sir. So
Straight
like
like
if I feel like I'm in love, you gonna feel where that love
Facts.
come from. Like, when you listening to my shit, you gonna be like, damn, I felt that way before, son. And like relatable music, that's what gets you to where you need to go.
Yeah.
It's not all about a hit. Cause think about it, you hear this song like she cheated on me, and like you explaining on how you felt, niggas gonna be like, yo. Nah, I gotta repost his felt. And that's when the next person feeling that way, it's just like, yo.
Yeah.
And that's just with everything. You know what I'm saying? If you feeling saucy, like you that nigga.
Yeah.
Like, cause I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody else feel that way. Like, that nigga.
That's a fact. That's it's crazy. That reminds me a lot of like a Larry June. Larry June is like he's more the it's like
Larry June.
Larry is the perfect mix of quality and quantity. You know what I mean? Because he giving you that on a timely basis, but it's also fast to compose, like fine detail. So and I feel that's what you're saying. It ain't about always it being a hit. I believe Tech Nine said you only need 1,000 fans to make $80,000 a year with music.
As
That's
long
it.
as you got them people streaming that music and buying that merch,
Yeah.
you good.
Tyler the Creator, son.
Shout out Tyler.
He's a great perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a radio artist, but he's making money right now.
Exactly.
He's making money because
Exactly.
he can relate to what he's saying.
I chopped it up with him too. That's mad funny that you mentioned it.
That's all. What was that like, chopping with Tyler?
the title that you see now. It's the title behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm in the dressing room with Jaden. Shout out Jaden Smith.
Okay.
I'm in the dressing room, we chopping it up, and they on the phone and they got their little bond. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So then he like, yo, I got your favorite character from your favorite show. And then he like, yo, you that big-headed little nigga. And so then I'm like, yeah, what's up? He like, yo, do your thing. Do your thing, nigga. Fuck them. Do your thing, nigga. Word.
And it was so hard. It's funny because like we were among that era of like the Tyler, the Earl, the Damo Jones.
I remember when they came in strong.
Yeah, like we were the north side of Charlotte. We were pushing that. Everybody like, why y'all listening to niggas talking about eating babies and doing like weird shit? But it was just like, yo, like it was so
dope.
It was so Shakespeare that you kind of had to fuck with. Like it was like, oh.
I always tell people like culturally, like to me, them and ASAP had like the biggest cultural influence on our generation.
Kind of like the same thing. Like,
Sure.
Like the West Side, like Our Future, and the East Side, ASAP Mob.
Oh yeah, that's love. Shout out A$AP Mob. That's big bro Rocky.
Yeah, shout out 12 and 2.
Yep, shout out 12.
Shout out 12.
What's your name?
He's so jiggy, bro. He's one of the
Yeah.
jiggiest. Yo,
Last year
gotta
he was
shout
broke.
out 12.
Shout out Toby, shout out
That's
Barry
my
too, you
bro.
dig?
Man. Yes, man.
That's my bro. The funny thing about 12, he hit me up before the Get Down, before all of that. Before all of that.
Wow.
It's like, what a coincidence, you know? So it's just like,
Wow.
that's
funny.
love.
It's funny how
You know
the
what I'm
stars
saying?
align, bro.
Word.
Like, everything is all divine. So it's like, that was just in your order.
Yep.
You know?
And then when I made it to the limelight, I chopped it with Rocky. Because Jaden and Rocky, they're real close. So Jaden invited Rocky to a secret premiere party for the Get Down.
Okay.
And like I'm chilling, you know, everybody mingling, and then he walked up to me. No, I walked up to him.
Oh, okay.
And then he like, yo, I fucks with you, bro. Where
That's
you
hard.
from? I'm like, I fucks with you too, bro. Big fan. Because that's my fashion inspiration.
Hard.
And I'm like, I'm from Harlem. He's like, you not from Harlem. I'm like, I'm from Harlem. He like, what part you from? I'm like, I'm from 114 St. Nick. He like, you lying. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm from over there too.
Oh, damn, you from St.
I'm
Nick?
from
That's
St. Nick.
hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Before still know. And he like, you lying. And like, we just chopping it up on where we from and all of that.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yo, bro, take my jack down. They invited me to their show and all of that.
Wow.
And then Cardi was with him too, but that's before Cardi
Right.
caked.
Yeah, for
Cardi walked up to me.
Hard.
Cardi was like, bro, I fucks with
That's
you, little
a
bro.
crazy
You
part.
my favorite character. You tee shit up.
That's
And
hard.
he like, yo, I'm Cardi.
That's
Had his number and we chopped it up too, and then he.
Are you where's Smokey from? I know he a little younger than you, but like
Baltimore.
Nah.
Smokey from
You
Baltimore.
know, he from New York.
I did.
New
Nah,
York?
I think he
New
from.
York?
I think he from Harlem or the Bronx.
Okay,
I
okay.
think so.
Yeah, because I know he another one of them young that came out. You know what I mean? The last 3-4 years, New York done had him.
Yeah.
Like
Nah,
at
they
least every year. You know, so that's a But one thing I wanted to ask you too, what's like the whole process with like auditioning for a movie or auditioning for a TV show? I don't think like people know like what the process for that is. So anybody out here, we always want to shed a little game, you know, to anybody under us aspiring, you know, trying to do something new. So, well, what would you say to anybody trying to become an actor?
You don't need an agent. Get it yourself. Get it yourself. I booked the Get Down without an agent.
Wow.
Without an agent. And if you, because remember, like once when you get an agency, you know, they play a part. Like they play a big part. But if you really want to audition, it's sites online that's doing free casting, booking, get to work. You know what I'm saying? See, me, people gonna say I'm lucky. You know what I'm saying? Because how everything played out, but I was working.
Yeah.
I was working.
And I think that's the part a lot of people
So about
miss. They don't even really see the work that get put into, you know, the end results. You know what I mean?
It's like when you feel your groove, it's like riding a bike. Like when you ride it smooth, it's over. Because the work ethic gets stronger, you get better in your craft. And then like same thing play a part in him. Like from 11 years old to 17, I lost my drive at 17 because me and my pops fell out. You know, my pops was my manager. Shout out to my pops still respect, still love. And, you know, we fell out, a lot of things happened. So I was just like, I gotta get this shit on my own. You know, I don't got no studio. My dad was my studio. And when I moved back with my mom, she was just like, you want this? Just get it. She ordered me all the stuff I needed. And so I was slowly getting my drive back. I was finding my own creativity. And then he came along. He's like, yo, I want to manage you. And me, I'm just sort of scarred. Like, I get a manager, it's the same thing will happen again. But he been on it.
Right.
On it. And the crazy thing is, we met. Explain.
So like, actually at the premiere of See You Yesterday, we was in Brooklyn for the premiere of See You Yesterday.
Wow.
And Wavy Jones, who played Biggie in Unsolved.
Shout out Wavy.
Wow.
That's my best friend.
Wow, that's crazy. I actually love. I never
That's
side
a good
note,
series.
bro. Quick side note. I always hate when people do like Biggie and Pac shows,
Yeah.
but Unsolved
He
was
nailed it.
extremely
Nailed
good.
it. He did better than the Notorious.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
And
I
it's
keep it
like
stacked with you. feel me?
even though man's what's the rapper's name that played Jamal?
What was his rap name? What was his name, like Gravy or
Gravy,
something?
Gravy.
Yeah,
That's his
Gravy,
name,
yeah.
Gravy. I ain't gonna hold you. He should have got an Oscar for that. I ain't gonna hold because he did Biggie very well. I feel like he had the more look,
Yeah.
right. But the character on Unsolved, he like
He played it.
yeah,
He felt
played
it.
better.
He felt
right.
it.
Like
He really felt that
Right,
shit.
he became big.
And
Right,
that's the
which
thing
was-
about acting. It's like, it's not easy. You can't just get in the screen and act. You gotta
Study.
study.
Yeah.
And that was that. When I started, that was my problem. I didn't know how to get into a character. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm young minded. You know, I'm so stuck on the free food, the free
Yeah.
caterers. Cause think about it, I'm a oodles and noodles,
no
baby. You know
lie.
what I'm saying? So when you got these people catering to you, they asking you what you want for lunch and stuff.
Right.
That's new to you. But as I got older, you gotta like really get into a character. You know what I'm saying? And it take time.
I was watching a Denzel interview one time, and he was saying he gets so far into a character sometimes that he has to mentally come
Get
out
out.
of that shit.
Wow.
He's so far in it.
And that
You
was
know
Heath
what I'm
Ledger.
saying?
That was Heath Ledger.
But just getting back to, because I need to speak about Wavy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Shout out Wavy Jones, that's my best friend. And he's actually, what's crazy is he's from the same hood as me. Wavy
Oh
Jones.
wow. Okay.
So we was at the we from Brentwood, shout out Brentwood, Long Island, Strong Island. But we was at the See You Yesterday premiere in Brooklyn. And we just walking around like, you know, it's crazy going to those premiere after parties because everyone is somebody in there. You feel
Right.
me? Everybody is somebody in there. So like, I'm gonna always feel like I'm that nigga just because I know I am.
That's a fact.
But like, honest, like in reality, it's like, damn, these niggas is millionaires. You feel me? Like I'm walking amongst people who really got it. So we in there, and then Wavy, I guess, worked with him in the past, or I guess you met him there. So he walked up to him, and then I was like, yo, what's good, TJ? He's like, oh shit, my name TJ too. What's good, bro? And then ever since then, I don't remember that whole story, which is crazy.
I don't remember none of that. Cause I'm just like,
He's chilling there with the gold necklace on, like just chilling in the corner, like you got like Balenciagas on or something.
Yeah.
Like just chilling, not talking to nobody, son. Just in the corner, like
Just in the mugging everybody, the whole
with
party.
his pops. And I'm just like, yo, why son standing there like that? So I'm like, what's going on? And I had to ask Wavy. He's like, nah, he just chilling, da da da. But then after that, we linked up. I hit him. I'm like, yo, bro, I got this thing called All Hail. It's a little boutique label kind of thing, and I definitely want you to be the first artist on it. You feel me? I'm gonna manage you up. I'm gonna manage you on your way to the top, and that's what we're doing right now.
That's a fact. You living out the action.
It's a fact.
You know what I mean? Speaking of New York, man, I know, you know, rest in peace, God rest the dead. Pop Smoke just passed not too long ago. But y'all were at that listening party recently. Talk about that a little
So
bit.
yeah, so man, shout out Steven Victor too. You feel me? You know,
Shout
he
out.
probably
Shout
don't
out.
know who I
Jesus
am.
Christ.
Actually, I did meet Yasun Will. I met him at this listening party. It wasn't really. It was like a like they was helping the community out as well. So they was giving out mad food and stuff. There was a DJ there and all that, and it was dope. It was a dope vibe. But the one thing I can say about Steven Victor is he's definitely changing the game right now. You feel me? A lot of people don't see what he's doing, but do your research, man. Do your
That's a
research because
fact.
he's really doing his thing right now. And whatever he does next, just know it's gonna be some big shit. We don't know what it is, but he's just so strategic as an entrepreneur and businessman that he strategically just does his thing, and I could definitely say that I look up to him OD.
That's one thing about Steven
They're
Victor.
legend.
Yeah, he's one of them people, just like you said, moving in silence. He moves with absolutely no talking.
At all.
Like, that's the only person of a management stature or of a, you know, like a real, what I like to call a groundwork. You know what I mean? He's a real ground worker. For him to never say anything, never defend anything, never like I champion that and I aspire to be that one day in that way to where I can let nothing bother me in such a a high.
Stay quiet and do the work.
That's it. You know what I mean? Just do the work.
And then buy whips.
Facts. His collection kind of crazy.
Yo,
it's kind of crazy.
And the way he parked his shit at the
I know he
parked his shit sideways.
He
He parked his shit sideways, like in between two like lines.
Oh yeah, like
sideways,
he
and then
side.
he put barricades around his car so nobody could touch. I'm like, yo, this nigga's really
What kind of road?
working. He had like a Range. No, he had a G-Wagon or something. Like It was like a black Range or a black G-Wagon, something like
Probably
that.
that G-Wagon clean.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh, good.
go ahead, you good.
You good. You good.
I was about to, you
Oh,
good. I was about to switch the topic, but you
Oh yeah. Okay.
topic.
Okay. Yeah. Talk about this this new film that recently came out a couple months ago. Farewell More.
Oh, I just did that, and I don't even know what's going on with it. It's just like they had things built for it, but when the COVID thing struck,
Okay, so it was just like a
because that was supposed to go on the theater that out, if I'm not mistaken.
right.
And
Yeah, it said theaters it was supposed to come out like January 25th or
Yeah.
something like that. So I didn't know. Like you said, COVID hit. So like when like I don't want to say world disasters, but when like earthly things go on, how does that affect like shooting and
how's the COVID
The
affect?
acting world.
yeah,
it's like it's just on pause everything.
I don't know from what I can say from the actor side.
Okay, yeah.
It's gonna be dead for a little bit because you can't really maneuver. You can't be outside like that. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the time for like the directors, the producers to just produce. You know what I'm saying? New projects. And so when everything opened back up, that's when they can hit the actors again, like rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
I got something to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Marvel, if y'all watching this, T.J. Brown for the Black Spider-Man.
Please,
I'm gonna say this
sir.
in every interview. T.J. Brown for the Black
For the
Spider-Man.
Black Spider-Man.
PSA.
That's what we doing.
PSA.
Son. That's what we doing.
I like that.
Marvel.
I do my own stunts. With Jackie Chan.
You heard the man.
I do my own stunts. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
what brought y'all down here to the city?
So actually, it was a bunch of things. Like he's getting a video done.
Okay.
We actually I had to go to a baby shower for my cousin.
That's all.
And we definitely wanted to chop it up with you feel me with
For
y'all.
sure,
So
for
we
sure.
had to come
We
out here
appreciate
too.
that, man.
Word, all the way
Yeah.
from New York.
That's
Kick
hard.
it with y'all.
It's so fire that like, Charlotte's always Charlotte, Greensboro. It's always been big in like, especially with New York artists. Big talked about Greensboro. Jay talked about North Carolina. Like Cameron talks about Greensboro specifically. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
about getting that money. You know what I'm saying? Getting that money in Greensboro. Like. Yeah, and when we do our research on, Charlotte and just, being from and of the culture here, it's just so amazing, like the ties between New York and here. And I'll never forget my first trip to New York on a China bus. Never forget it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's something about that energy. Just like, yo, let me throw this 60 down. I got a round trip. I'm on the way. You know what I mean? Sometimes you take a one way. You don't know when you coming back.
Me and my nigga Paul fucking one of our homies had a miscommunication with like his John, so like we couldn't stay at his crib. Me and Paul had to walk through like the Bronx.
I'm talking
At 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning.
I don't even
right
know
down.
what part.
We were, the Best Western beside Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, we
Like,
had to walk through the hood over
Literally,
toward
like,
Yankee
I'm
Stadium.
talking
and
like,
finally
bro,
found the hotel.
we left, and this was my man's. Like me and my nigga went to school
We
together.
got suitcases.
Bro.
I'm seeing crackheads run across the street.
I'm
Near
talking
the Yankee Stadium is
no stick,
Jungle,
no knife. No, I ain't have shit on me, bro. Like nothing, bro. Like we just straight naked in the fucking taking bags, like walking through the Bronx. It's 3 in the morning, and I don't know what time. What was that? July,
It was like July.
bro. Everything in New York was booked. Every hotel. Like literally, the only hotel that had no bookings was the Best Western across the street from Yankee Stadium. So we walked and at night when the train stopped, nigga, we got to as far as we could get. Then we had to book it like another 45, bro. And I'm just like, I'm seeing some of the sketchiest shit. Like niggas, like, Bro, niggas is
amazing
moving
what you
packs
see,
that night, like, bro.
That's
bro,
really regular though.
you,
That's
bro.
really on some real regular shit.
Bro, it's 3 in the morning and this nigga's crossing the street moving a pack. I'm like, yo, like, y'all niggas ain't sleeping, bro.
Nah,
Like,
the city don't sleep.
like,
You really don't
Nah,
see it.
not
New York,
talking Times
right?
Square either.
yeah, like, for real. Like, this is amazing, bro. Like, man, I really appreciate y'all coming to sit down with us, bro. I really learned a lot more about you, bro. Like,
Yeah, we definitely
like,
learned a lot
man,
about the story,
like,
Munchie.
you as an actor, bro, your persona is very mystique. So it creates like a, like, yo, like, it's kind of like how you said, like, how Nas, like, it was like, yo, like, that's me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have that aura that, like, makes you want to lock in and dive in. So that's hard, bro. I'm interested to hear the music, too, man. I really want to see where that's going to go. You know, who y'all got shooting the video out here?
One of my boys, actually, it's a new from Shawan, I believe.
Oh, Shawan, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, for sure.
Dude named CJ. Shout out CJ.
Okay,
He's supposed to
for
be
sure.
shooting a video. But
That's
shit,
hard.
we can get another one going too, man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we got a video team as well, too. So let me know if y'all trying to get some work in while y'all here.
Word.
We'll definitely get that.
What you got coming next? Like, let us know what TJ Brown got going next. What can we expect from him in the future?
July 25th, The Recollection.
Okay.
It's the album. I did 2 albums ever since I got on my own. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's like this about to be my first year on my own, and I dropped 2 albums.
Wow.
So this gonna be
This is like
this
a
gonna solidify
statement album, right?
that I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. For sure.
And like you saying you want to let hear music,
Yeah.
and I'll let you hear music. You ain't going back.
Okay.
I promise you.
Okay, for sure.
Like not even trying to fill my own head.
Yeah, for sure. For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying?
A lot of artists tell me that, so that's why it's like, cause I'm a DJ too, so like that's like my first love. So like when I hear artists, all it takes is one time, one time, one listen, whew, and I'm locked in. So yeah, I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
For sure.
I can't wait to hear it, man.
For sure, man. For sure, man. It's been another great episode of Free Breakfast.
We glad y'all came down here. I know y'all see these flies flying through. I know y'all feel this heat on
Y'all
camera.
gotta
Y'all
feel
be
that.
down here
Sweating,
sweating. North Carolina,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? It's
In
hot
the
as a
south.
pool, man. Undisclosed location on the north side, man. For real, man. But TJ Brown, we appreciate you.
Yes,
TJ,
sir.
my brother, new
Yes,
all
man.
day.
Appreciate
you know
y'all
what I mean?
working
For
there
sure,
1,000,
man.
G.
One set, you know what I mean? And this is the Free Breakfast Podcast, and we checking. Hey,
Yes,
sir.